Alright, what up, though? We're into episode 7 here of our science playthrough KSP on the Sol mod. Definitely want to get a credit right away to the mod authors. BallisticFox, shout out, Charon_S as well. Also installed, as you see here, are these supportive mods. So we got those going. I'll scroll this so everybody can see. Parallax, scatter, and the textures at the highest I could go. Just to try that out. So that's how we got this going here. And currently in a mission in low Earth orbit on the way to Luna. So this is progress that we've made due to a science hop that was covered in the last episode where I bounced around the Kerbal Space Center so I could get some science to get the skipper and the poodle and upgrade my ship a little bit and get things moving in the right direction. So that's where we're at. And I'm going to pick it up here right in the orbit where we left off. We built a maneuver node here. And that's going to fix our inclination. And that'll put us in the same inclination as the moon, so we can go there. So that's where we're going to start here. So I do have a kind of a crazy inclination there. For sure, because of the launch. So I'll try to improve that in the future. We're pointed towards anti-normal right now, our maneuver coming up. It's going to be at 50 seconds. And that's going to be our next objective here. And I'm going to burn full until I can get that maneuver completed. Sometimes I'll thread it down at the very end. I also got to stage this, so I got to be mindful of that. Probably should get it in staging mode. And I'll warp to the maneuver. Usually stays on the maneuver node when you warp like that, for the most part. So it's always a good idea to move it over to the maneuver before you warp. It'll stay on, in my experience. And I'm waiting for this to hit 50 once again, and I'm going to go ahead and hit a burn. I don't really need this information up anymore. As you see the ship, it's pretty crazy, but it got out there. Almost at our mark here. We'll see how it holds up. I'll make sure that I get the separation here proper. Mark right there. It's going to be quick, and then I'm going to separate and light the other engine. There you go. That's pretty effective there. And I'll zoom out. Just kind of watch this maneuver taking place. Going pretty good. Burn time steady there. Can put it back in, observe my apoapse, which is moving out a little bit. As long as this one doesn't decrease, we're in good shape. I can accept a little bit of a change in the circularization. This is gonna approach 100. I'll probably feather it back a little bit. It's under 10 seconds or so. But working as planned. I don't necessarily want to be doing this, but it could be just the way it is structured in the solar system. I don't know that that's the case. I was pretty crazy with my launch profile, so no biggie. I want to focus here to make sure that I hit this right. We're going to see what DV marks that we have. I kind of am pushing out as I do this too, so that's not bad. The apoapse climbing. 15 seconds now to the maneuver. I'm staying on the node. I'm just gonna let it run and stop it. I feel good about that. So that put us right at the 0 mark. That was a good burn. That's our intended effect there, was to be on the same orbital plane there, I believe is the right way to call that. And we have the target of Luna that we're going to try to burn to. So next stage of this will be to do another burn and push out. I'm running pretty short on DV now. I'm not sure the exact values for this burn compared to what it would be for the Mun or, you know, Minmus. So we'll see how much it takes to pull out to the apoaps that we need. Or push out, I should say. And then we will see if we have enough to do a proper flyby. Just make sure we're all good here. I think we are. I'm going to turn down the game audio just a tad. Alright, so I'm going to be thinking about the angle here that we're going to burn prograde at, because we want to, of course, meet Luna as it's moving. It's going to take some time to get there. So I'm going to try to base it kind of a 45-degree angle there. See what that's looking like. It's going to be pretty close to where I am now. Pretty close there as I did the prograde vector. And we got our periaps at Luna. That's pretty good, under 500. And I could, of course, touch that up a little bit. And that's 800, so pretty easy doing there. And that trajectory on escape would put us right back into a capture of, you know, Earth's influence. So then we would be in orbit of Earth again. So that's cool. I can work with that. I'm going to leave that. And we're going to do this burn relatively quickly. So I do need to get over there. Move a little quicker now that we have shed some of that weight. Going to be just after the 30-second mark. I'm going to go here. See if I can hit this. I should actually do a save right by here for this burn. Quick save it. And we're going to go here. Mark. So there we go. We're into our maneuver to go out to Luna. And it looks like our DV is holding on pretty good where we could come back safely on at least a flyby. I don't know if we have enough to circularize, but we could do at least a flyby for sure. Check out the sights. And I could bring this down pretty close, hopefully. 30 seconds left on the burn, and we are moving out. Kind of looking for this blue orbit here to switch over to the influence of Luna, and it's gonna do a color change when that happens. It's getting closer. I should watch what I'm doing here. I'm gonna slow that down. That's pretty good there. We'll see where that's at. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty close to my mark where I was, under 500, right? So I did pretty well there with that burn. I'm going to get another quick save there. Just because that was pretty successful. We're just kind of feathering it at the end there, and we're on our outward course. As you can see there, in that much time, we will go into the influence of the moon. And when we come out of that, we'll be back into the Earth's influence and likely plenty of ability to get back. And I'll do some scouting as far as the DV values for circularizing at the moon to get into that orbit. And we'll also check out what's going on with getting back and landing, splashing down on Earth. But that was very good. A couple of burns that were executed with pretty good precision. I met my mark there on the periapsis. I didn't have to really do corrections to hit that mark that I was aiming for, so I like that very much. I usually do have to do some kind of a correction early on there. But I'm just going to wait till I get about halfway out here. And once I get about halfway out, I'm going to feather that in. I'm going to reduce my throttle and get that even closer if I can. With a minimal DV, because I'm going to be out very far from the Earth's influence at that point. Out of it, really. Well, not out of it, but certainly on a trajectory out of it. And soon into Luna's influence. So that's pretty cool. We did good there. On a return trajectory as well. Only thing that's too bad is I don't know how radio communications are going to be. We'll certainly be able to capture science by the moon and bring that back. Heat shield should be enough. Make sure I got a heat shield on this dang thing. I do have a heat shield. Yeah. That was a moment of terror for Jeb there, but I think he'll be okay on the return. See how it goes. And we can check out how it looks to exit here, since we are pretty much finished with burning for now. Well, there you go, nice sunrise. That was just good fortune there. I wasn't planning on that. You see our climbing altitude there. And our DV marks for the remainder of the flight. Doesn't take much to drop back in, I don't think. But we're going to measure all that. We're going to make sure. I think I have plenty to get back and land. At least do a flyby and hopefully get closer. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's moving at a pretty good rate away, so a nice view here. Let me focus on that for a moment. I'm really enjoying where the sun's position is right now against that backdrop. Pretty great. Looking real good out here. Really fun. It's kind of a grind at the beginning, and that goes for all the career playthroughs. You gotta work your way through that beginning, kind of launching to get certain upgrades and manage all that. And there's money involved in the other career mode. I bypassed that completely just to make it easier. So, but this is cool. I'm enjoying this so far. And I am accomplishing most of the goals that I've set forth, so without too much issue at the stock scale. And the nice thing is it's already on its trajectory, and I have a minimal corrective action required at about the halfway mark of this orbit here. And it's just going to cost me a little bit to get in there pretty close. And that'll be great views, and it'll be the first time check out the moon. Great stars out here. More and more. Be curious regarding the network. I have a fully upgraded network in science mode, so that's helpful. And we'll keep an eye on the signal strength here to see as it dissipates when I go around the far side. I'm gonna have to manage that, or if I, don't have to manage that. And I'll eventually get stronger capabilities with some of the unlocks that you get through the science tree. Well past 500,000. On our way to 41 million. That's pretty crazy. And we won't sit through all of this, obviously, but it's a great view right now. You can almost see Earth in the full screen there, in the window. I assume I'm prograde right now. Looks like my parachute there at the top, so I think I'm pointed prograde towards my direction that I'm going. That's a pretty great half Earth. See the light just in this area here, and that's proper with the sun's reflection. Pretty good stuff. It's gonna get smaller and smaller. This is going pretty quickly, actually, this progression away from Earth. I like the pace of it. Pretty good. So I guess we could check out our next procedures as this continues. Maybe in a different classification of a biome too. I could check that out. I could find out right now on that. Yeah, I definitely am. High space. And I could exit and grab that, so I'm just going to grab that science for sure. Yeah. I think it'd be good to do that. Use one of the goos. I'm going to grab that out of there. I'm going to EVA. And I'll demonstrate what I was talking about earlier with having these close by the hatch, just kind of exiting out and grabbing them. I do want a quick save frequently as I can here, just in case. Alright. I'm going to EVA it. I'm just going to grab all this data that I got. Take data. What did I do here this side? Collect data. I can do EVA as well. Take that. We could just pop right back in there. I don't need to do a spacewalk. And that's an easy way to reset these. So now I can go ahead and log the temperature again when I reach the moon. And that'll add to the science that I get. And all the stuff is stored in here. I'll hit my SAS again so I can be a little more prograde. Not that it matters, I don't have any electricity. I do have a pilot, so I'll be able to initiate the engines again, even if the electricity wears out. That's doing fine. I got 50. That was the worry here, is that the charge would dissipate. But I'm doing okay so far. We'll see when I go out there a little further. It might not last forever. Right now, I want to do a little scouting of corrections. Perhaps a maneuver halfway would look like this. Whoa. Make sure I don't skip off. Could go to 150 and that would bring me skipping off. If I don't circularize at Earth, which would, I can calculate the cost. See, this is only costing me 2, so I don't think it'll be an issue to swing back in there. I may be able to get even into an orbit around the moon. I have enough to get back. I'll test that out too. Now this, for example, would be maneuver 2. And to get back in around Earth. See how much that's. I can track the MS cost down here. Kind of see where I'm at. So there you are. I'm back into a return here to Earth where I'm not skipping out. And I could bring it in here more and more. Just to see what theoretically it would cost to return. Which I'm well under what I have. So it doesn't seem to be a problem at all. I don't know about circularizing at the moon yet, but we'll maybe take a look at it. See, that's quite a bit now. 400 approaching. But I'm doing good, and that would be a reasonable proximity to Earth, you know, close to 1 million, where I could fix it up again after that. 800 DV left, that would be plenty. So this is looking good. All this is proper. We're on our trajectory. I'm just going to kill these maneuvers, because I don't need them now. I just wanted to estimate those values and make sure I had enough in the tank to execute this mission and get back safely, which I clearly do as long as I keep it within reason. I'll also do a measurement here of getting into a moon orbit. But I'm going to pause it here, and I think that's a good place to chill because we've accomplished some of the goals of this mission. We'll continue with approach, and we'll see the moon for the first time in the next episode.